Hey everybody, it's Ruben Lowing. Okay, so we've been doing a progression of information. Everything start out a young guy, just getting started in the workforce, how we can start saving, build an emergency fund, get protection, then later on, graduate to cash value policy, and then get into a a property that cash flows, and then start a whole life, do the infinite banking, and then get into getting a house and with the income stream coming in from the duplex or the quadruplex, and from his work, starting a business, expanding the business, all these kind of stuff. Another infinite banking strategy, right? And then next thing you know, by the time he's like 42, he's got millions of dollars and he's independent. And we got somebody who's waited later. They're 47 years old. They haven't got anything started. It's 22 years. 20 years later, got them taken care of, right? So, and then a business owner, what they can do to reduce their taxation now and later. And now and then we talked about trust. Yes, your living trust. Yes, the basics of a living trust. And now there's a lot more you can do with that trust. There's a guy named Jason Cisneros. He has his Built to Exit podcast on Saturday morning, 8 o'clock Central Time on X. And he talks a lot about, preparing to exit your business. Everybody exits, just a matter of when and in what way, okay? And a trust, if you can't outright sell the business for what you want, right, and, put that money toward an asset that's given you, an income stream enough that you want, that's going to give you the lifestyle that you want, reduce your taxation, all this kind of stuff. You can put the business in a trust, and you can have a operating agreement with that trust, just like a business, all right? And if whoever is the other beneficiary of the trust isn't holding up to the operating agreement, you can just take it back over and find another buyer. Okay, they do this for real estate all the time. All right, and I got educated big time on this strategy using a land trust. That's how Walt Disney bought the orchards in Florida, where he has Disney World, and at the end of the 3-year term, that property owner took equity in Disney World.